Good morning everyone. Myself Dr. Priyanka, postgraduate third year Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. In my previous seminar, I discussed about unilocular radiolucencies. Now we will be discussing about multilocular radiolucencies. This includes ameloblastoma, cherubism, odontogenic myxoma, aneurysmal bone cyst, central giant cell granuloma, and odontogenic keratocyst. First is ameloblastoma. It is the true neoplasm of odontogenic epithelium. It is a persistent, locally invasive tumor. It has aggressive but have benign growth characteristics. Slight male predilection, more common in blacks, aged 20 to 50 years, slow growing tumor. On radiographically location, about 80% it develops in mandibular molar ramus region and it may extend into the symphysis region. In maxilla, third molar area it is involved and extends in the maxillary sinus and nasal floor. Periphery, it has well defined and with cortical borders. The borders, they are often curved and in small lesion it may be indistinguishable from the cyst. Maxillary regions, they are more ill defined. Internal structure, since ameloblastoma frequently has internal cystic components, these septa, they often remodeled into curved shape, giving a honeycomb or soap bubble appearance. Effect on surrounding structure, it causes extensive root resorption and tooth displacement. In late stage, perforation of bone into surrounding soft tissues or anatomic spaces may occur. Differential diagnoses are odontogenic keratocyst, giant cell granuloma, odontogenic myxoma. Second is cherubism. It is rare inherited developmental abnormality that causes bilateral enlargement of jaw, giving child a cherubic facial appearance. It occurs between 2 to 6 years of age. It is present as painless, firm bilateral enlargement of lower face. Occasionally whole mandible it is involved. Lesions, they are slow growing, expanding but not perforating the cortex. Location, the lesions, they are bilateral. Often both the jaws are affected. When present in only one jaw, mandible, it is more commonly affected. Periphery, you can see bilateral multilocular radiolucent cyst-like lesions extending anteriorly and posteriorly. Effect on surrounding structure, expansion of maxillary and mandibular cortex resulting in severe enlargement of jaw. Maxillary lesion enlarges into maxillary sinus. Differential diagnoses are giant cell granuloma, multiple odontogenic keratocyst. Third is odontogenic myxoma. It accounts for 3 to 6% of odontogenic tumors. These are benign intraosseous neoplasm which arises from odontogenic ectomesenchyme and resemble mesenchymal portion of dental papilla. It occurs between 10 to 30 years of age, slight female predilection, slow painless lesion. Radiographically, most commonly it affects mandible. It occurs in premolar and molar area and rarely in ramus and condylar area. In maxilla, alveolar process in premolar and molar region and zygomatic process it is involved. It has well defined and corticated or poorly ill defined borders in maxilla. Effects on surrounding structure, it causes displacement and loosening of teeth but rarely resorption. Tendency to grow along the bone without causing much expansion. The differential diagnoses are ameloblastoma, central giant cell granuloma, central hemangioma, odontogenic sarcomas. Fourth is aneurysmal bone cyst. They are characterized as false cyst as it does not have epithelial lining. It occurs below 30 years of age, slight female predilection. It usually presents as rapid bony swelling. Pain is occasionally present. It involved area may be tender on palpation. Location, mandible, it is more commonly involved than maxilla in molar and ramus region. It is usually well defined in shape and circular in shape. Effects on surrounding structure, it causes expansion of outer cortical plates. It displaces and resorbs the teeth. Differential diagnoses are central giant cell granuloma, ameloblastoma, cherubism. Fifth is central giant cell granuloma. It is slow growing lesion. It affects young adults, usually below the age of 20 years. It is present as painless swelling. Area is tender on palpation and overlining mucosa is purple in color. Radiographically, more commonly it occurs in mandible. Most maxillary lesions, they arise anterior to canine. Lesion may cross midline. Periphery, it has well defined margin in mandible, and lesions in maxilla, they have ill defined borders. Effects on surrounding structure, it often displays and resorb the teeth. Resorption of roots not common, but when it occurs, it is irregular in outline. Lamina dura of involved teeth is absent. Inferior alveolar canal may be displaced in inferior position. Effects on surrounding structure, it causes expansion of cortical boundaries of jaw. Outer cortical plate is destroyed in some cases and is seen more often in maxilla. The differential diagnoses are ameloblastoma, cherubism, odontogenic myxoma, aneurysmal bone cyst. Sixth is odontogenic keratocyst. It is non-inflammatory odontogenic cyst which arises from dental lamina. It accounts for about 1/10 of all the cysts in the jaw. It occurs in second and third decade of life, slight male predilection, usually asymptomatic. Pain may occur with secondary infection. Aspiration may reveal thick yellow cheesy material made of keratin. Radiographic feature, location, side posterior body of mandible 90% occur posterior to canine and ramus 50%. Epicenter, it is located superior to inferior alveolar canal. The cortical border, it is intact unless they have secondarily infected. It has smooth, round and oval shaped borders. Effect on surrounding structure, it causes minimal expansion. This occurred throughout the mandible except the upper ramus and coronoid process where considerable expansion may occur. It can displace and resorb teeth. The inferior alveolar canal may be displaced inferiorly. In maxilla, it may invaginate and occupy maxillary antrum. The differential diagnoses are ameloblastoma, odontogenic myxoma. These are the references. Thank you so much.